What's up, guys? Welcome to this All Signs Tarot reading. Please make sure you check out the timestamps below so you can hop directly to your video. Make sure you check out the reading for your sun, moon, and rising sign. And as always, you are accountable and responsible for all your own actions and decisions. Let's go ahead and hop in. What's up, Aries? How's it going? Let's see who is coming in. Who's coming in next for Aries? We're talking about love and romance because Venus is in Taurus, Mars is in Aries. So Mars is the planet most associated with sex, Venus, relationships. So who's coming in for Aries? What is the next relationship coming in for Aries? The Empress. All right. So they're presenting as the Empress. So it could be someone who has strong Taurus in their chart. That could be a timestamp as well for Taurus season. The Empress is very Venusian. She's all about pleasure and sensuality and luxury. He or she, right? Don't get too hung up on the gender. It could be someone showing up as the future parent of your future child, someone who wants to have a baby with you, someone who wants to start a family. What are they thinking? So hermit mode. So their thoughts might be very private right now, but they might be doing a little bit of soul searching or a lot of deep thinking. It's a card strongly associated with Virgo. It could be someone coming out from the dark too. You might not necessarily anticipate this. For one or two of you, it could have been like a hookup situation, and then this person is coming forward saying that, you know, something developed, right? The Empress is always shown pregnant. I don't think that's the majority of you out there, but very strong earthy energy here too. It could be someone that you had a very strong bond with or a strong friendship, strong connection, and this person still thinks about you quite a bit. What are they feeling though? Nine of Swords. So they have anxiety about expressing their truth to you. They have anxiety about coming forward. Two of Coins, I don't know, to me, because they might not be certain that you're single. Again, I can't help but think with the Empress energy here, it could be that you're already with someone. So the person who may end up messaging you is someone maybe from your past, and either they're not certain if you're single or they're still wanting to connect with you, even though you're not necessarily, you know, completely free or able to. What is their potential action? Or also, if this doesn't have to do with you being in a relationship, Aries, you may have felt like this person played games with you, in which case this Nine of Swords could be acknowledging like, yeah, they kind of know that they did, and so they're wondering if they even stand a chance at coming back in your life because maybe they know that they played games, or that maybe they didn't take it as seriously as you did, or I don't know, Nine of Swords, they may just be feeling like they coulda, shoulda, woulda, right? Acted better or done something differently, and I think they actually feel quite remorseful about it. I think they think about it a lot, and I think they view you as having it all, having a lot of potential. What is this person's potential actions or plan towards you, Aries? King of Cups. Okay, guys, I kind of love that. Like, they're going to make a big offer, which is interesting because they're dealing with a lot of anxiety right now. I mean, this is coming up in the emotional sector, so someone's anxious about this. Someone's nervous about this. Again, if you guys are already together, I could also see this as something where there's talk or discussions of starting a family, and some days you guys are like, yeah, this is cool, you know, it'll be great, it'll be fun, we want to be parents, and other days you're like, oh my God, but like, can we afford this, and childcare, and this and that. Like, with Hermit energy, I think there's a lot of time spent individually kind of pondering how this could come together, because maybe it's complicated. With the Two of Pentacles, whether it involves kids, whether it involves exes or this or that, it's saying like, we have multiple things being juggled at once here. So we kind of got to sort it out to make sure that there's like an equal desire to bring this together. But with the King of Cups, yeah, like there's a lot of love. There's a lot of love there. So I like that very much for you, Aries. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, Taurus, and Virgo are coming through the strongest for you. All right. All right, Taurus, what's up? Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Who is coming in for Taurus, please? The next relationship, noteworthy, Knight of Cups. All right, so someone who wants to express their emotional truth. The Knight of Cups always brings changes and movements. Strongly associated with Pisces, but it doesn't have to be. That could even be a timestamp for when you met this person. There is going to be a new moon in Taurus with a sextile to an opportunity, if you will, to Saturn in Pisces. So yeah, someone who may have a strong Pisces kind of connection in their chart. What are they thinking? Ooh, you're their soulmate. A child is depicted here too, so it could be someone that you want to have children with or have children with. You know, it could be someone offering an apology. It could be something like that. How is this person feeling? How is this person feeling? feel like this person wants to plan a surprise for you, or again, if this isn't someone brand new coming in, it's someone, it's like they want to gift you something or take you out on a date. Maybe they want to spend time at home. They may invite you to some sort of social gathering or party. There could be even some connection to like Mother's Day here. Wow. So how are they feeling, Taurus? 10 of Cups. They think you are the bee's knees, the cat's pajamas. They think the sun shines out of your glorious smile. All right. No, 10 of Cups. There's definitely something to do here with like long-term legacy and family and children. So that might be up for discussion right now. That might be something you guys are considering. If that's not the case, if this is brand new, maybe this person has a child from another marriage. So far, so good. So what are their potential actions or plans towards you, if anything? What are their potential actions or plans towards Taurus? All right, so progress moving forward. I mean, you literally have children in 3 out of 4 of these. So it could be that you guys are planning some sort of trip or travel. It could be some sort of getaway or vacation. It might be indicating, too, if you don't know who this person is, they might be new in town. They may have, like, just arrived. It's like they're fresh off the boat. I don't know. They don't have to be from a different country, but yeah, it could be that this person is currently traveling. And for 1 or 2 of you, there's a message too. If one person in this dynamic is traveling, but you already know each other, this person is planning a surprise for when you return home or when you come back home. It's like you're going to come back to your house and there's going to be like flowers waiting for you, or vice versa. If your person is traveling, you might be throwing them like a surprise birthday party, or you're the Taurus, right? So happy birthday, but maybe you're dealing with another one. All right, so where is Taurus in this? What's kind of the vibe or the energy? You're thinking about them a lot. I think you miss them. Or if this person is brand new, you may have anxiety that, where is my person? They're literally right around the corner. Like, these are some of the best cards. So, like, have faith. If you're losing your faith that you're never going to find your person, no offense, but, like, that's wasted energy. Try your best to kind of pull yourself out of that slump. Because, your vibe attracts your tribe. I do believe that. So, everybody has days like this. You're only human. But see how, the sunlight is peeking through there? I sort of think that that's saying, like, there's warmth here. There's something coming in. There's something being illuminated. But what's interesting, it's like we're going from this dark tunnel into the sun, right? The way this boat is moving. So it's like you may be coming from a darker place or a place of, I'm almost getting like hermit mode, like independence, singlehood, feeling unmatched or unconnected. I don't know if that's true for all of you, but for my single people out there, you might be coming from like a tough spot. I mean, the astrology for April was pretty rough, but it's your season now. So look at that. Conversations with someone they're a good match for you with the 4 of Wands. It can talk about contracts and partnerships. It could be, I suppose it could be someone you work with or some connection through children. If you don't have children, if they don't have children, I don't know. It's like there's something to do with, I don't know, maybe something, I don't know, like nieces or nephews or something to do with children. Maybe this person works with children. It could be something like that. Yeah, this is like fresh perspective. I think with all this like floral energy, it's saying like new messages coming in Taurus season. So, if you're into the whole dating app thing, hop on the apps. There might be like a good one. You may catch a good one this time. So what you're feeling, you're not, okay, so for a lot of my single people, you're not seeing it. You're feeling blinded to this. It's like you're trying to maintain internal balance, but it's sort of that idea of like walking through a room blindfolded. It's like I don't know if you have trust issues or you're not necessarily, I don't know, in the past you may not have connected with people that you necessarily felt anything strong for, and so you're having a hard time navigating. I don't know if it's who to trust or if it's worth pursuing, but I do see a lot of mental energy here, and I think for an earth sign, it's important to remind you to like come back into your body. You might be spending too much time getting sort of triggered by the logistics and this and that, and I get it, you're a very practical sign, but I don't know, with these cards, I would say this might be worth taking some sort of leap of faith here. Action or energy card. Be authentic to you. Express yourself authentically. If you're a creative in any way, or I mean, you probably are, right? Venus is in your sign of Taurus right now. So it adds a little bit of extra flair, sensuality, a little bit of luxury. It likes to get zhuzhed up and look good. So even if you're not feeling your best, challenge yourself just to, whatever you do for you. I'm not saying this is like, advice or guidance for every one of you, but it's like whatever, hop in the shower, take a bubble bath, put on makeup, style your hair differently, wear that fun top that you have, or whatever it is. It's like something about sort of creativity and how you present yourself. And to be clear, you're doing it for you, right? But because you're doing it for you, it makes you feel a little bit extra sensual and open and interested. And I think that's your advice here. The Page of Wands says, have fun, be creative, be silly, don't take things too seriously. But I think with that, by taking some sort of chance and not necessarily projecting expectation onto it, you may actually connect with someone really good here. All right. Thanks, Taurus. All right, Gemini, what's up? Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Who is coming in next for Gemini romantically in their love life? What energy is coming towards Gemini next? What energy is coming in for Gemini, please? Whoop. All right. Ooh, someone's sneaky. They're sliding into your DMs. They're sneaking in. Also could be kind of a one-night stand situation. Again, take only what resonates, guys. I mean, some of you are not into that vibe, but yeah, there could be something about sort of a clandestine, secretive energy here. What this person is thinking is the Tower. So for some of you, there may have been like a hookup situation or something that was very much like, I don't know if it was friends with benefits or just something unexpected with the Tower that happened, but I actually think this person, it had bigger ramifications than they realized. So I don't know which way to go with this. Part of me wants to say this person may have actually caught feelings for you when that was not sort of the intention behind the connection you guys had. I'm not saying you had to sleep together, but I don't know. I'm piecing it together the way I see it. Others of you, if this was, again, maybe kind of like a hookup one-night stand thing and this person was committed to someone else, there's like a fallout happening in this person's other dynamic. I don't know if it was a marriage or if they had a partner. How are they feeling? The Hierophant. Okay. So they may have feelings for a Taurus. That's one thing coming through. They may also be in a committed contract or partnership with the Hierophant. It does represent marriage. Something about the eyes is particularly significant, like the Eye of Horus here. But I don't know if it's just saying they're really attracted to your eyes or something about eye contact. I don't know if there's something significant, and you'll know if that's your thing or not, about their eyes. Something about that is very important. This person may have trouble with their communications because, I don't know, there's an element to this that's a little bit sneaky. It's a little bit sneaky. So for Gemini, this person is showing up as Seven of Swords. So it doesn't have to be like liar, cheater, thief stuff. It can be with the Seven of Swords. It's kind of clandestine, though. I mean, it's a Moon and Aquarius card. So for me, that sort of indicates that this person is not necessarily wanting to be forthcoming or forthright with how they're feeling. They may be keeping you guessing. But make no mistake, this had a much bigger impact than they're letting on. I think their silence is not actually a good indication of what they're feeling. There's a lot going on under the surface. Because, with the Hierophant coming through in the emotional sector, they either have feelings for the person they're already committed to, or, again, for one or two of you, if there was nothing kind of secretive or what's a good way of pushing the envelope, if you get my drift. If there was nothing kind of like, elusive or whatever about this, it could be that they do have a feeling that there may actually be a long-term commitment or partnership here that they're desiring, but I don't know if they're communicating it. So what are their actions? All right, so Knight of Swords. Here's why I like that for you. It's a Gemini card, so I do think their actions or potential plans do involve you, and it is an excellent card of communication. So if they have been keeping you on silent, or, I'm sorry, that's not the right way of phrasing it. If they have been silent or held back with how they're feeling, I do think that actually is going to come to the surface. There's very much something here like the strong silent type. The strong silent type is coming through. Maybe you're dealing with a Taurus, with a Scorpio potentially, possibly another air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I don't know, for a lot of you, if it doesn't involve third-party stuff, and I'm hoping it doesn't, right? That's not everybody's story. And, if it is, it is. I'm not here to judge. I'm a realist. It happens. I'm not necessarily condoning it, but life is messy. Whatever. I'm not here to judge. If it doesn't involve third-party stuff, I do think it has to do with the idea of this was earth-shattering. It's like you left a lasting impact. It's like I'm sort of getting like the sex was insane. Like it was crazy. They were not expecting that. And so now they're kind of looking at you differently of like, oh damn. Especially if you're dealing with an air sign who is like a self-proclaimed bachelor, bachelorette, I don't need nobody, like I'm only on the apps for hookups type energy. You may actually be the person that like changes the tune of their song or whatever that expression is. So where are you at, Gemini? Where are you at, Gemini? I don't know. Like I do see the third party stuff though. So again, just be careful with that. Be careful with that. You know, try and see it from the other person's perspective. Shoe on the other foot. If this does have to do with open relationships too, I'm going to stand by what I said. There might be a connection that comes through where you're like, maybe I want to close her on up. Like, and I know that doesn't happen every day, but there is something here about a very strong commitment. So if it's not you involving you currently, it's saying there might be the potential for this to become that unless they're already very committed to their husband, wife, etc. So Ace of Pentacles, yeah, you seem to be offering your heart to this person or offering something solid, something real, something legit. Let's see. So what are you thinking? Nine of Pentacles. You're thinking, but I do love my freedom. I do love my freedom. I do love my independence. But with that, I think for some of you, there's also this like, they make me feel really good. Like I feel alive again when I'm with them. Something about the endorphins and like the sensuality, the smell of their perfume, their cologne, you have like butterflies in your heart a little bit. It's like you're very excited to see them again. There's very strong air sign energy here. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. What are you feeling? The Emperor. You're like, this is my man, marry me. No, for some of you though, you do hold this person in very high regard, and I think it's mutual. But you might be feeling, this doesn't make sense to me, but I'm going to say it anyway, feeling like you need to be a little bit strategic with how you play this. And I'm sure it's complicated, or at least I want to believe it is, because hopefully this whole I need to have a strategy isn't coming from a place of I got to play games. But maybe there's this idea of I have to be patient, because if this person is getting out of a relationship to be with me, maybe you're trying to draw more fine boundaries of like, okay, like I just need to make sure this is legit. Because ultimately, if you're showing up with the Ace of Pentacles, you want something real. Nine of Pentacles says, know your value, know your worth, Gemini. You have a lot to offer. So make sure you're offering it to someone who is worthy of that. That being said, for a lot of you, particularly if you're interested in men, whether you yourself are male or female or whatever you identify with, I think you do see this person as like Emperor energy. I think they're very suave, they're very sexy, they're very dynamite, they're witty, they're charismatic, they're fun. Like this looks like a person Gemini would go after to me. Like I get it. You may also have feelings for an Aries. It is this very strong card of Aries. And a very strong card of sexuality. I think there's a strong sexual magnetism, a sexual attraction here. So your potential plans or actions here, the Sun. All right, so I think you're going to continue to have fun and make plans and look at this as an opportunity for joy and happiness. You may also not be wanting to rush into any sort of commitment with this person. I think there is something here about wanting and loving your freedom, but I think you like sort of the fun expression and fun playfulness and kind of banter that you guys have with each other. I think that's going to continue. I don't see that stopping. All right, thanks, Gemini. All right, what's up, Cancer babes? Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Who or what is coming in for you romantically? What is up next for Cancer in romance? Who's coming in? Who's coming in for my Cancer gang out there? Who's coming in? Your King of Pentacles. Heck yeah. Possibly someone who has a strong earth energy in their chart. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Someone who's very business savvy. Someone who's Taurian. Someone who's sensual. Someone who's a hard worker, but someone who isn't here to rush things. It's like they want to do it right, but they have a lot to offer. This person is also very cautious who they give their time and attention to. Not in a suspicious way. It's because they've learned the hard way that some people just aren't worth their time. And so it's not a reflection of you. You're not being punished for past person's actions. This person is just slow to start. What are they thinking? They want to marry you. No, they want a commitment though. That's what I mean. Like, so we'll look at your energy too, but like this person isn't looking for anything like fly by night. This person wants like the real deal. Double cards of Taurian energy. they're very serious though. They may their general energy might not be like this goofy, silly, lighthearted individual. I think you have to hang out with them more to get to know that side of them. But yeah, they may present as very serious, very work oriented, probably has a very strong work ethic. They might be a teacher or speak publicly or in some sort of leadership position where, you know, more or less they're preaching, they're teaching, they're passing on wisdom and knowledge to people, and you might find them quite mentally stimulating. They have a lot of good stories. They're a very interesting energy. How are they feeling? Page of Swords. They're hoping you continue the conversation. They may also be hoping that you reach out. The Page of Swords, it's coming through in the feeling sector. When I read tarot, the Page of Swords says to me, it's more of a thought right now, hoping to become a conversation or hoping to be expressed at some point. So their feelings may be under wraps right now. They may be keeping their cards close to their chest, so to say. They're not emoting a lot, but I do think they're hoping that you guys continue chatting or that you continue to, you know, bounce the ball back and keep things kind of moving between you, keep the energy reciprocal. They might be feeling, and this isn't for everyone, feeling a little bit hesitant because of the age difference too. There's something coming through about the history with this person. They may be worried that there's too much of an age gap. And I don't know if maybe they're worried that you're too young for them or they're too old for you or something like that. But I don't know if that's, but at the same time though, they view this as something that has the potential to be a commitment. So anyway, what is their potential action towards Cancer? What is their potential action towards Cancer? I feel like it's funny, just as that came through, it's like, I feel like there's something they want to tell you, but they're apprehensive to. Everything is fine. Interesting. Okay, for some of you, this person may be fresh out of a marriage, or what I really mean is out of a divorce. That could be why this Hierophant, King of Pentacles, which can sometimes be like my husband card. It could be that this person is thinking about you and hoping that you have feelings for them. I mean, I wish there was more cups, Cancer. I'll be honest with you. But if their actions involve the 10 of Cups, they're taking action towards you. So they might be making you aware that they just got out of a relationship. Because, yeah, there's a very strong energy of this person wanting to approach this slowly and not rush into it. But, you know, and hopefully it's for the right reasons, that they're trying to do the healing work and process sort of an ending that has come to their past relationship. They're not trying to have their cake and eat it too, or rush into something too soon. But I think there's a curiosity about you and a curiosity about how you're feeling, because I don't know if this is someone from your past. I don't know. The other alternative too, and I don't think this would be a shocker, I mean, it's what's coming in though. So like, unless you guys are already married and you know a divorce is imminent, well, then maybe that's what this stands for. But I don't know. That's not the first message that comes through. That's not the first message that comes through. Tell me one more about this, because for one or two of you, it's like something that is expressed might be a disappointment. What is the main message here of this? 5 of Cups. It's like, I want to, but I can't. Are they in a marriage? I don't know. So where is Cancer at with this? Okay, so here's the thing. I think for a lot of you, this person is still grieving the loss of an ex, and that's why they're apprehensive to get involved with anybody. But the timing of this may have been very interesting, where you came into their life at just the right time, and now they're kind of like, well, crap, like I don't want to lose Cancer, but I don't want to. It's almost like they don't want to play games. They don't want to keep you on the back burner or be hot and cold, but they are going through some kind of grieving process or struggle, or maybe this person shares with you that they're having a challenging time with their health or with depression, or with maybe they just got released from a job and they're kind of like, I really got to focus on this, but it's not that I don't like you. Because we have to remember, with the 5 of Cups, the 2 of Cups remain. There's an opportunity for coupling here, and I think that's what's coming through to you. But they may share some news with you about their life that is a great source of like grief. That's sort of what I'm getting there. All right, so where is Cancer in response to this, please? How is Cancer showing up, please? Two of Pentacles. All right. So you're apprehensive, you're on the fence, or you're wondering if you can make room in your life for this thing. When the Two of Pentacles comes up, sometimes it says it's complicated. It's not as easy as, yes, let's date. And maybe that has to do with financial constraints or living at a distance. It's like you're trying to see if you can merge this, if you can make it work. But remember, like, it's a two-way street. So, like, if you're willing to do the work and problem solve and try and get this together, make sure that this person is willing to do that too. Let's see. So, I already forgot what I'm reading for. So this is, what are you thinking? What is Cancer thinking? What are my Cancerians thinking about right now in regards to this relationship? You're waiting. So you're waiting on them. You're waiting for them to make the next move or to figure out their next life step, their next plan. You guys may have connected with someone and there's a reason why you can't be together right now. That seems complicated, but that actually kind of makes sense with the cards coming through. Hopefully it doesn't have to do with another marriage. That came up in Gemini's reading a little bit too. But all right, so how is Cancer feeling about this person? How is Cancer feeling about this person? I think you do see potential in them, but yeah, I mean, you definitely have feelings for them. That double down, before I even saw this, I think the Three of Wands says you feel like they're coming closer. It's like you feel their energy being drawn towards you, but you're not certain if it's, I don't know, maybe it's the same thing. Maybe you guys are mirroring each other. Like, you're not sure if it's legit. So you're kind of being a little bit cautious too. Like, I don't want to open my heart to this and then get burned. But I mean, what are you feeling? You're like, yeah, let's do this. Let's go on a date. Let's make plans. You got feelings for them for sure. Something about a distance, or something about a water sign might be coming through. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, or possibly a Leo. And again, Taurian energy. A lot of signs are coming through though, so. And then what is your potential action? What is your potential action or plans towards this connection for Cancer? What is Cancer's potential action or plan towards this person? The Ten of Swords. Okay, that's ironic. There's two Ten of Swords in this deck, right? One is kind of ironic. It says everything is fine. So here's what I get from this. I think you guys are going to keep texting, but there's some reason why you can't physically make it happen. And that's why the Three of Wands is coming through. They're not living near you, or they're exiting a marriage, or the feelings are there, the desire to communicate, but you guys both might be experiencing a loss of some kind. On the off chance that this is a marriage and you guys are considering divorce, the Ten of Swords, it's like not bittersweet. It's like a bitter pill to swallow, but you're still in touch. You're still in communication. So might sort of be one of those things where there was an ending, but you guys decide to remain in contact or remain friends. But there might be an acknowledgement of why something didn't work out. That being, I don't think that's the main message coming through, but it's possible. It's possible. For others of you, it could be there's disappointment if this person does reach out to you because you may have feelings for another person, in which case your Two of Pentacles is like, ooh, I'm like, either you have to decide or you have to sort of, I don't know if it's cut off communication with this person because I don't get that, but it's almost like you may have to let them down gently that you're already in a relationship. That's for one or two of you. All right, thanks, Cancer. All right, what's up? Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Who or what is coming into you guys romantically? Who's coming in? Ooh, possibly another Leo. Someone who makes you very happy. Someone who feels just elated and joyful whenever they're around you. Someone who has a really big dog or some sort of big animal. They may have horses or, I don't know, large animals. All right, what are you thinking? Queen of Cups. You're considering going in deeper. You're considering adding a little bit more emotional depth to this relationship. You might quite literally be thinking about a water sign, or I'm sorry, vice versa. They might be thinking about a water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. But really, I think the Queen of Cups is about like opening up emotionally, being vulnerable, holding space for the other person to emote, possibly to heal. There could be a very strong psychic connection between you guys. So what are they feeling? What is the person coming into Leo? What are they feeling? Temperance, they want to blend cups with you. They may have feelings for a Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be. It's funny. I don't know why. There's a combination message here of something about healing. So someone may work as a healer. Someone may, work in a career field, medical, nurse, doctor, a physical healer, a body healer. Something about that is coming through. I think you make them feel at ease, though. I think you make them feel peaceful. I think there's peace of mind in knowing that maybe you guys are on the same page and want to share something together. Action towards you. What is this card? I don't even know what this is. Is this the World? I think this might be the World. Does it say? I honestly don't even know what to do with this card. It has the infinity symbol. That makes me think of the Magician. It has all four of the elements. I may have to clarify that, because to be honest, like, I don't know if this is just a weird card coming through in that tarot deck, but it's not telling me much. I mean, okay, I'm just going to read it pictorially, like off the image. Like, it feels like this is like a cuddle card. There's something about pets and animals being very important to your person, Leo, or wanting to cuddle. The idea of cuddling is very important. And there's something about twinning or a mirror image. So I know this is like a weird thing to say, but like, you guys might look like each other. It's like if you guys go out together, people may have asked if you were like siblings, or something very specific about the way you style yourself. This person does that too. And I don't mean to make it weird. Like, I'm not saying you guys look like siblings per se, but like, I don't know, it could be like you both have your nose pierced, or you both have a tattoo of a skeleton, or do you know what I mean? Like, there's something about like a mirror image or a twinning or something very similar in physical appearance. I don't know why that's coming through. Something about Leo energy is coming through there as well. So you might be dealing with another one. All right. So where are you in regards to this? I also think it's this. Oh gosh. Okay. I'm getting too many messages. There's something here with like their ultimate plan or action towards you. It's not a very strong action card. It's almost like they dream about you. So maybe you guys are already together. I'm not sure. Or there's also a message here. This message is coming up for a couple of the signs. You may already both be with other people, but you also think about this person. I also, if that's not the case, it's almost like this person may not know how to approach you, because there's a lot of like willpower in trying to control how this person responds or reacts. Because maybe they're looking to heal something with you. Maybe they scared you away, or maybe they don't feel like they deserve you, or that you see them, or that you notice them. I don't know. There's something about a very controlled approach in how they approach you, how they present themselves. So not a strong card of like action. It's more like dreaming about you, or if you're already together, it's like their next action is like they want to cuddle up and be with you. 3 of Wands, waiting, Knight of Pentacles. So waiting for an offer. Someone may be traveling or on a trip. Somebody may live at a distance. The 3 of Wands is like waiting for the ships to come in. I also think too, this might be saying this person is picking their moment. They're trying to find the right time to approach you and make an offer. I don't know if it's an apology, maybe with the Queen of Cups, you know, it could be. But I mean, the first card presenting is that this person is very joyful and lighthearted and very beautiful and creative. I actually just heard eccentric too. So they're thinking about wanting to, okay, maybe this person is thinking about wanting to heal it or mend it. Maybe something did come to an end and you guys pursued other options. In which case, I don't know if this person is still with anyone else. I think they're like, I think they're waiting to come back into your life, Leo, or vice versa. Like they're waiting for you to come back into theirs and make some sort of substantial offer with the Knight of Pentacles. Ooh, this is complicated. I mean, the cards look really nice though. All right, so let's refocus our energy. Where is Leo in regards to this person showing up? Where is Leo? How is Leo showing up in response to this person specifically? So the 6 of Wands. All right. So you feel proud to be with them, or you feel seen, you feel acknowledged, you feel appreciated, you feel noticed. They probably give you a lot of praise or attention or compliments. Yeah, I think that you feel high, you feel elated, you feel good when you're with them. What are you thinking in regards to this relationship? You want to communicate like now, like yesterday. Knight of Wands is like, let's fucking go. Like, it can be very impatient energy. Or this could be saying if you're not communicating, you're holding back, but you have a lot to say. So I don't know if you guys are in communication or not. With the 3 of Wands, maybe someone just went away for travel or for business. And, oh, there's also like a cute message here. If you guys are already together, but you're currently like at a distance, or someone had to travel for business or whatever, they're staying with their parents for a bit. There's something about like you guys cuddle. This is so cheesy, but adorable. I love it. It's like you guys both like cuddle a pillow and pretend it's the other person. Like you pretend you're with that person in bed at night, even though like you want to be, but you're not necessarily. Very interesting. Yeah, okay. I think that's what that message is. I don't necessarily get that you're like sleeping with other people. I'm not saying that's not true for one or two of you, but that like that card totally threw me for a loop. So sorry, it took me a minute to get there. I think it's either like dreaming of being with this person or the idea of if they're away for a period of time, it's like you want to cuddle. You miss cuddling with them. You can't wait to come back in. The Knight of Wands too, if you guys are at a distance, is like fire texting, like sexting, right? Like kind of high passionate sexual kind of things wanting to be expressed, whatever you're desiring. This person has kind of like that knowing smile of like, I don't know, saying cheeky things. This feels like sexting. All right. So what are you feeling for this person? You have a lot of fire energy coming through. So there is an igniting passion. Might be dealing with a Sagittarius. What are you feeling? Three of Swords. Oof. Why are you feeling Three of Swords though? Did this person hurt you? Has there been miscommunication? Are you experiencing some sort of loss or grievance in your life that is impacting this relationship? Is someone ill? Is someone needing to heal? Something is off kilter here. It's a Libra card, so there isn't necessarily balance and equilibrium right now. Saturn is coming through, so yeah, goodness me. Where is Taurus for, let's see, I have to think about this. For my Leo risings, Taurus would be your 10th house of career. Maybe you're experiencing some challenges there. I have no idea. I have no idea what that is. Why is Leo feeling Three of Swords? The Ten of Wands. Ooh, because something is burdensome. Something is heavy. Okay, so I don't know then. Maybe for one or two of you, you guys did go on a break or call it quits or abandon ship and you're like missing each other. I mean, maybe there's another person involved with the Three of Swords. You might be worried that, I don't know why I'm wanting to say like you were doing all the heavy lifting. I don't know. So I'm wondering, did someone have wandering eyes? If you guys did take a break, is this person no longer free or available? So if you're not together, you may be showing off for this person. If you see them at work or on your daily path, your daily routine, you might be, Venus and Taurus, like looking extra good, looking extra fire, looking extra sexy. Maybe you're, peacocking on social media or whatever. I don't know. So then his Knight of Wands thinking of getting the hell out of Dodge? Like, I don't know. The Knight of Wands is really passionate. He's really adventurous. He's really exciting, he or she, right? So that's what you're thinking. You may be planning some sort of trip. I don't know, maybe to go see someone. Or maybe just trying to immerse yourself in like action, adventure, doing things that bring you pleasure. I don't know, with Three of Swords, it's like there's either trouble in paradise or there is a desire and a longing to heal something. Okay, thank you. That took me a long time to get it. With Temperance, I think you're feeling like something needs to be healed and acknowledged here, but I also think you're worried, like, is it too late or are we in so deep that there is no coming back from this? Is there no fixing it? I don't know. Something about that bird says to me, have faith in the divine and the universe. If the divine might be helping to orchestrate, bring you guys together or help to heal something with Temperance. It's like, it's divinely guided. There's angels kind of blessing some sort of union here. And with the Sun, that can bring a lot of healing energy as well, too. Maybe someone was struggling with their inner demons, right? Like there's this kind of forceful thing and then there's like this kind of passive submission here. And so maybe that has to do with your person. It's like they're trying to get their life back on track or they're trying to, I don't know, again, approach this cautiously or gingerly or try and make something right, but they don't feel like it's the right time. They don't feel like it's the right moment. So Leo, what are your potential plans or actions towards this person coming up in the spread? I can't tell if there's multiple people involved, but the Devil, I think you're kind of obsessed with it. I think you're thinking about it a lot. I think you might be playing hard to get, but the reality is that you do want to heal something with this. But it might be that your shadow side energy is coming through. Maybe someone here struggles with addictions or bad behavior. Maybe someone here is struggling with depression. Maybe somebody is throwing themselves into work, like workaholic, as a means of like avoidance so they don't have to think about it. I don't love that the Devil card is coming through unless you're dealing with a Capricorn. If that's the case, you're headed towards your Capricorn. I also think, again, there's like a put on. There's like a pretending here that like, I'm fine, I'm cool, I'm over it. But, you're like, like smoking on your cigarette, just like, this is not okay. I think you guys need to heal this or clear the air or, thank you. Five of Pentacles, come out from the cold and put, it's like putting, you put your walls up. You like closed yourself off to this, but you guys are both thinking about it. This feels very it doesn't feel like there's closure here. It feels like there's a lot of pieces left, a lot left to be desired, and a lot of pieces of the puzzle, like, are we going to come back and fix it, or are we both just going to sit and think about it? But I think ego might be coming into this. This started off really beautiful. Like, your person's energy, like the Sun, the Queen of Cups, Temperance, I like all that. If this is just about cuddling, that's cute. But this got complicated. I have to be honest, I didn't totally connect to this reading, so I'm hoping one or two of you this does resonate for, but it might not be the majority. It seems kind of rather specific. It's funny as I'm clearing my throat chakra. It's like it's not coming through. The messages aren't being expressed, and I think that's what's going on here for you guys. All right, check back next week, Leo. It's like an ongoing soap saga, right? Thanks, guys. All right, what's up, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs? Who's coming in romantically for Virgo? What energy is presenting next for my Virgo collectives out there? Who's coming in? The Knight of Cups. I love it. Someone wanting to express an emotional truth to you, asking you out on a date. Someone who's sensitive. Someone who doesn't mind being vulnerable and talking about the deep stuff. Someone who's an artist or a poet or a creative at heart. Someone who may want to introduce you to their family or hang out at their house for a bit. You may go over to their house for the first time and cuddle up and canoodle. All right, what are they thinking? Virgo, they think you're their damn wish fulfillment. They're like, this is who I've been waiting for. The flames of passion are ablazing. I just heard like trophy wife. I'm not sure how you're going to feel about that, Virgo. But part of me thinks you're kind of like, brush dust off your shoulder. Like, yeah, I know. It's like they think you look good. I think this person's very into you. This may actually have to do with same-sex couples particularly. But that's not for everyone, obviously. Yeah, I mean, what they're thinking is wish fulfillment. I also think there's something about the word luck or lucky. Maybe that's a connection to like someone's pet or something about a ladybug. Luck be a ladybug tonight. I don't know. You may hear that song, Frank Sinatra. I have no idea what those references are, but lucky ladybug or something about a ladybug pin or an enamel I'm hearing or a keychain or I don't know, something about red and white, or sorry, not red and white, red and black polka dots. I have no idea what that is, but there's something very important there because I lingered on it for so long. So anyway, moving on. All right, what is this person feeling? What's going on in the emotional sector? What is the emotional truth? Five of Wands. All right, I don't dislike this Five of Wands. Sometimes there can be drama or chaos with the Five of Wands or fighting or arguments. That's not really what I get here. I almost think you guys are starting to get on the same page of having a goal or a strategy or a game plan of how you're going to bring this forward. There might be a lot of people involved, and I don't necessarily mean that in terms of like open relationships or people interfering. I think maybe you're drawing healthier boundaries with who you're allowing into your network and circle, and maybe you're not sharing this with everybody. I also think there's a message here too of you may have met this person at work or in some social group or gathering, and I've gotten this message for you recently, Virgo. Again, it's like you guys obviously know, and it's like your fun little secret, but you haven't told the group yet that you guys are dating or that you guys are a couple. Here's the thing. This is actually coming off as very funny. They know. Like, you guys think you're being so covert and like, yeah, like, let's not tell them because we don't want to make it weird. It's like, we all play whatever, softball together and this and that. And like we don't want to be teased about it. But it's like, everybody knows. Everybody knows. So when you do finally share like, yeah, so we're dating or we're moving in together, I think you're expecting everyone to be like, oh my gosh, really? And the response is like, yeah, we know. You guys are like mad flirting with each other all the time. I don't know. There's something kind of public about this. Like a lot of people are seeing you guys together. I don't know why this is coming through in the feeling sector. You guys might be writing something together or working on some sort of creative project or creative endeavor. And I guess something about that is bringing you guys together or bringing you closer emotionally. I'm not sure why that's coming through. This person may also be writing you like a poem or a love letter or putting their feelings into words, but in a more like creative way. There's something kind of interesting going on here. This person may play in a music group as well or have some sort of community or group that they're a part of, and something about that is playing out in regards to this relationship and maybe impacting it, but not necessarily in a bad way. So their potential action towards you, 10 of Pentacles, yeah, like they want to lock it down. I think this person is like, this is my person for life. Like I'm very certain this is who I want to collaborate with. You might be meeting their family as well, or again, visiting their home. You may actually meet their grandparents, or you may hang out at like the zoo or in a park, or do something very public and social. This almost feels like sort of reaching a milestone where you guys are officially a couple and doing things together and introducing each other as like, oh, this is my boyfriend, this is my girlfriend, this is my, whoever. It feels like there's something more of like a, I don't know if legacy is the right word, but there's like a status change here towards something very good. Where is Virgo in regards to this? The Seven of Swords. All right, so you might be fearing commitment a little bit, but I think you are at ease knowing that you're coming home to this person. You may still be getting over some trust issues from your past, though. It's possible. I'm almost getting something here about sacrificing the amount of hours you spend at work or on some sort of project in order to make room for this relationship or put more time and effort and energy into this connection. I think you want to, but there's a little bit of like a sacrificial, like, all right, like I'm at the phase now where this relationship is requiring more of me. And it's not that you're not happy to do it, but there's almost like a bittersweet, maybe of having to say goodbye to your friends for a little bit or not having as much time to like hang with the boys or with the girls, because it's like you want to be with your person, and I think you don't want to let them down. A lot of you do realize you need to pull away from work, or if and also both. If you want this relationship to thrive, you have to roll up your sleeves and do the work in the relationship, right? You have to have, equal amounts of desire to build and grow. That being said, I think you do. Feeling sector here. The Eight of Cups. All right, so Eight of Cups in the feeling sector indicates it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Saturn energy is coming through. It's a Saturn and Pisces card, which I love. When Saturn is transiting your, for Virgo risings anyway, your 7th house of partnership. So it's saying like, yeah, we have to get responsible. We have to get serious. We have to hunker down. We might be making plans for the future in order to be responsible with our money or with our family. Yes, Saturn brings an element of it's not all fun and games, but that doesn't mean we can't enjoy it, but it may be throwing a different kind of challenge or situation at you where it's like, as we said, a milestone in a relationship. I don't necessarily get like we had our first fight, but I almost get like we're having our first dilemma in terms of how we're going to collaborate to move through this challenge together. Again, a lot of you, if this is getting into a place where it's like, hey, we're moving in together or we're officially a couple, you might just still be having that knee-jerk reaction of like, okay, like I have feelings, I hope I can trust this person, like I hope they don't break my heart. I do think you are looking back on relationships that didn't work out and how that really impacted you. It may have taken you a long time to heal, and so you might be cautious in doing this, but faith over fear, Virgo. Yeah, look at this. Excuse me, actions or plans with this person, 3 of Cups. Yeah, you're going to go out, you're going to be social, you're going to have fun, you're going to go on dates, you're going to introduce them to your friends group if they're not already a part of it. Again, you may meet this person through social circles, but I see you introducing them to your family and making announcements about your status. Again, I think everyone is very happy for you, but there's something like you've been keeping it low key, like let's not tell them, but the thing is they all know. Everybody knows. All right, Virgo, that's what I got for you. Bye, guys. All right, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Let's see who is coming towards you romantically. What is coming in for my Libra gang out there? Looking for love. Judgment. All right, so some sort of awakening. Frequently, judgment does have to do with the past, but it's also my musician cards. You may have someone coming to you who's also something very nautical about like the way they're dressed. So someone who has like a love for ocean life or lake life, sea life. Someone who maybe owns a boat or spends a lot of time, water skiing, jet skiing. Someone who's an avid swimmer. Someone who works out at the gym or the pool every morning. Something about water is coming through super strong. It can be a Scorpio card sometimes. So what are they thinking? The lovers. I love this. I love that for you. All right. What are they feeling? What are they feeling for Libra or feeling in regards to this connection? The Knight of Swords, they want to fight for it. All right, so this could have been something from your past where it ended amicably, if that's the case. It's almost like there was like a hug goodbye, or it could have been the circumstances maybe got in the way of you guys fully getting together, or maybe it was a friendship that maybe you tested the waters of dating them, but you decided to just be friends. I don't know, Knight of Swords, it's coming up in the feelings section, so Unless this person is being defensive, though if they are, that's not going to last long because they're having some sort of awakening about the past. I think this person is realizing that they want to fight for this, that they want to communicate their feelings. I think that's why the Knight of Swords is showing up. It might have to do with a Gemini, a Virgo, a fellow Libra or Aquarius. Double down on the Gemini. We'll see. What are their potential actions or plans, how they want to move forward in this connection or regarding this connection with Libra? The Ace of Swords. Okay, cool. They're going to communicate some sort of truth to you. All right, Libra. I'm liking this so far. So let's see in regards to your energy. How are you meeting them, if at all? The Six of Swords. All right. You seem to be kind of like busy living your life. In some ways, you may have, quote unquote, moved on from this. Again, so far, I'm not seeing any sort of hostility or resentment. It might be one of those things where it had a place in your life many years ago, but it might be at a point where you don't necessarily actively think about it anymore. It's kind of like you're just living your life. You're just going out and doing things and, enjoying the moment. In your head, you have Four of Coins, though. So I think you're a little bit protective of your heart, and rightfully so. You're not willing to give your time and energy away, to just anybody. I think you're aiming higher, so to say. I think you're looking for something that is very compatible. And in true Libra fashion, you want there to be ease and harmony. You don't want to feel like you're doing all the work. I don't know, there could be something about being a little bit protective of your energy and maybe a little bit held back, a little bit withheld or I'm hearing like restraint, practicing good restraint because maybe you're not necessarily wanting to open a door to the past. I'm not sure. Let's see. Oh, all right. Knight of Wands. I was going to say, how are you feeling? Knight of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. So you do seem to be very future focused. For those Libras who are already kind of sort of in another relationship or in a circumstance or a situationship, it may end up being that you have options, in which case there's kind of an ease to this of like feeling like you have it made because you may feel like you have like your pick of the litter. It could be something like that. It doesn't have to be. You may have very strong feelings for a Sagittarius. Both these cards indicate Sagittarius energy to me. It's mutable though. So with that, I'm trying to sort of translate what that could mean in terms of the feelings here. Right now, Libra, not a message I get for you guys frequently, but there might be a desire to just kind of date around and see what your options are. It's like you're holding your coin here very preciously and you have a lot to give, but you're not giving it away easily, especially if that was maybe something you learned from the past. You yourself may be having some sort of awakening about, just because they expressed interest in you doesn't necessarily mean it's worth your time and attention and energy. And I think that. Again, there's something about an ascension. It's like you're reaching higher, you're aiming higher. I always kind of like that cheesy metaphor of like, low-hanging fruit. Just because it's there and it's on the tree limb and it's in front of you, it's easy, but it doesn't mean it's delicious. So it's like aiming higher, waiting for something to ripen, waiting for something to become more accessible and I'm almost going to say like more vibrant. Like it calls out to you more, even if you have to work a little harder to find it. I do like this Lovers card. I feel like this person, I don't know, this could have been a relationship where you felt like friend zoned. Like you may have had feelings for this person and they kind of kept you in the friend zone. I sort of see this person having a change of heart of realizing like you don't know what you lost until it's gone. I think this person may come back around to try and revisit something or to check in and see what's up with you. I think they do care a tremendous amount about you. Something about this Lovers card, it doesn't feel laced with like sexual energy, which, nothing bad with that per se, but it feels deeper than that. It feels like this person wanted more than just a physical connection. And maybe at the time you mistook them for that. With the Knight of Wands, it's like you may be writing this person off as, oh, they were in it for the sex, for the pleasure, for the hit it and quit it, the quick they wanted like a quick solution or they just a quick something, right? But I don't know, this person may have changed the tune of their song. Potential actions, what is Libra planning to do with this person coming in? I do think it's someone from your past, I have to be honest. Not to say that you have to go back to it. Maybe you have multiple suitors here. You do have 2 knights showing up, so it's possible you have options between fire signs, air signs, again, maybe a Scorpio. They're looking to communicate, they're looking to express, they're looking to make plans. What is Libra going to do in this connection? I think you're going to wait it out a little bit and see. I'll be honest, the first thing that came through here, Libra, for you guys, it feels a little bit like oh, there's an expression. It's like on the tip of my tongue. It's like the cat that ate the canary is what I'm hearing. It's like you're dangling something in front of them. It's like you're kind of enjoying the game of being wanted or being chased by someone who may have previously rejected you, or again, someone who friend zoned you. I don't think there's a lot of anger and resentment. I think you probably had to do some healing because you were trying to, be in a connection that it wasn't reciprocated at the time. But I don't know, absence makes the heart grow fonder. I do think someone's coming back around, but there's almost a resistance from you to immediately jump in head first. I think you like being wanted and desired, but you may also have your eye on someone else, or vice versa. There could be someone else coming into play here that's making it complicated. So I think in some ways, Libra, you're trying to be kind of like zen and chill and cool. You're trying to be patient and see what works out. But there's almost like a masterminding to this of like you have this person in your corner, or that's not the expression. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's like a game of cat and mouse. I don't know why all these like cat metaphors are coming through. Maybe that's significant. Maybe you're dealing with a Leo. I don't know, but it's something like this is working out great for me. Like I'm in a really good position here because I have options. That's sort of what's coming through. That being said, you have 3 very strong cards of Sagittarius. So if this isn't a Sagittarius, I see you moving towards one. If that sign isn't involved in any of these connections, then again, this has to do with like keeping your peace, keeping your balance, going out and doing what makes you feel good and happy. Because a lot of you, it's like I have a new lease on life. I'm not the same person I used to be when I was in this connection. Because for a lot of you, you may have felt like you sacrificed a lot to be in this connection, or you gave your heart to this. I'm hearing like you gave your heart to this person and they gave you a pen, right? Say anything vibes, right? Yeah, interesting. I think you have something coming back around. Thanks, Libra. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Who's coming in? All right. Ooh, total eclipse of the heart. Someone dark, someone mysterious. They have a deep soul. They might be grieving the loss of something in their life, or just going through a difficult time. Something about their father might be coming through. Sorry, I'm not laughing at that. It triggered something else. I apologize. Anyway, they may be going through a difficult time with their father. Their father might be in a tricky situation, or I don't know, something with like health or finances might be coming through. You might be dealing with someone who's very strong Leo in their chart, or very strong Scorpio for that matter. All right, so what are they thinking? How do I open myself up? It feels like they have a cup, they have emotions, they want to express it, but they're having a hard time like letting go and releasing the emotions. So this person might still be holding on to their ex, or they might still be holding on to the past. Now, if you're the ex, maybe that's going to work out for you beneficially, but in their thoughts, what they're thinking right now, they have the Page of Cups. So they're thinking that, there's some feeling there, but it's almost like they're still discovering how they feel about this or what they want to do with the feelings. It's coming up in the emotional sector, but I will say it's a little bit closed off. So I don't think they're sharing feelings with you yet, because I think they're still contemplating it. I think they're thinking about how they feel, or possibly for some of you, it's like they're thinking how to heal or how to mend either themselves or this connection. But we have to remember with the Five of Cups, like, yes, 3 things have spilled, like crying over spilt milk, but 2 remain. So something can be salvaged from what feels like a very difficult situation. So not all is lost here. That being said, you may choose to give this person a little bit of space if they are healing from their ex. Hopefully they're being transparent about that. Hopefully that's not being hidden from you. But Scorpio will sniff it out if that's the case. All right, so how do they feel about Scorpio? Because in theory, this is who's coming in. So they wear a lot of black. They wear a lot of black or dark colored clothing. Again, there's something kind of mysterious or dark about them. They may have darker skin than you. That could have to do with their skin tone. They could be strong Scorpio, strong Saturn, strong Capricorn vibes. They may have a child and they're having to sort of balance their dating life with tending to their children, but how do they feel? Scorpio, 8 of Swords. It's like a minefield of just like stuff they're trying to work through. They have a lot of hang-ups, or they have a lot of challenges right now. They might feel like metaphorically like they're in jail or they're in prison. Like maybe, I don't know if this is your ex Scorpio, but if that's the case, it has not been all sunshine and rainbows. It feels like it's a slippery slope. It's like they don't want to say the wrong thing, and they might be feeling pushed into a corner or trapped. They might be feeling trapped. They might be and maybe that has nothing to do with you per se, but yeah, they seem to be like in just like, yeah, a minefield right now. I mean, it's such a cool card. Don't get me wrong. This is like such a gnarly depiction of the Eight of Swords, but yeah, it's the mental prison. So maybe not feeling like it's safe to express how they feel, or maybe trying to dodge a bullet or tiptoe around an uncomfortable issue or an uncomfortable subject. Yikes, Scorpio. All right. So what is this person's potential plan or action? I mean, here's the thing, guys. Like, if this is who's coming in, I mean, I guess I'm sort of asking, is this someone you want back? Is this something that you're trying to manifest in your life? Because I'll say this, just fair warning. It's obviously, it's not super like easy. Here's like Ace of Pentacles, new opportunity. Like, if this is who's coming back the soonest anyway, this feels like it's loaded. It has a lot of baggage. So I'm assuming it's not new, or you're connecting with someone who, I'm just going to be honest, they might not be in a good place to date. And I'm not saying across the board. We'll keep going with this, but like, eek. They may have closed themselves off emotionally because of some of the things they're going through. They might be having sort of like a bout of depression with the Five of Cups, but maybe you're trying to be a good friend and you're trying to be there for them, and that's all fine and good as long as you're not kind of sacrificing your own boundaries or mental health to kind of cheer them on the sidelines, because ultimately this person's responsible for doing their own healing work, right? So potential action or action or plans towards the connection, I think they are stoking the fire, but they're not putting a lot of action into it. With the King of Pentacles, I think they have high standards and they know what they want, or they could be a little bit stubborn. With the fire energy, though, it's like it's barely keeping it warm. So it's like this might be something that it's on the outs, if that's the case. Now, I asked about who's coming in, so maybe this is someone you have an on-again, off-again relationship with, possibly someone who has very strong earth in their chart, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But yeah, it's like there's a very small fire. It's barely keeping this person warm. So I don't know, is that speaking about the passion and the love between you guys? Has it started to sort of taper off? Does something feel like it's being snuffed out? I think this person is going to do, like, I have to say it, like minimal effort. Like they'll throw some twigs in there to try and keep it going, but they're not really like going to get off their throne and go get actual, like, kindling wood and like, add gasoline to the fire, make it burn again. Like, they're not putting a lot of effort in. I think they're withdrawing because, I don't know, because of fear, because of limited beliefs, because of not feeling worthy, or it's messy. It's messy and it's complicated. And I don't say that in a judgmental way, right? You guys know I love my Scorpio gang, but this message feels very heavy. And I mean, do feel free to reverse the roles. Maybe this is you, but I typically read it as who's coming in. So the thing is, I don't know if it's who's coming in or who's already around. That's sort of what it feels like. So where is Scorpio in regards to this energy, please? So Two of Swords, you're kind of putting up your walls or your guards. You're trying to maintain balance internally. But yeah, there's sort of a need to withdraw and protect your heart so that you don't get hurt. Two of Swords can also be kind of not trusting of what's going on around you. It's like, and with that, I think it's smart to listen to your intuition. I think it's smart to listen to what your body is telling you, like the messages that are being maybe channeled from a higher source, a higher power, are helping to navigate, are helping to guide you at this time. But yeah, you seem kind of closed off too. So what is my Scorpio thinking about this connection? What are you thinking about this connection? It's like, it's kind of a similar message here of like this person who's like, they're barely stoking the fire. Like they're blowing on the embers. They're trying to keep it going, but they're not using a lot of force, or they're not using a huge amount of like momentum and drive and passion. It seems like, I don't know if they're like lukewarm on it. Like, maybe they're apprehensive. They don't know if they should abandon ship or call it quits, or if they should, I don't know, if they think they need to put more effort into it. They might be thinking that, but they're not necessarily doing that yet. you kind of have this, I want to tend to the garden. I want these flowers and these fruits or whatever to be like lush and beautiful, but it is requiring effort from me. But I don't know. The Nine of Wands is sort of putting up boundaries, healthier boundaries. You have two cards indicating space and distance and putting up boundaries, or I don't know, blockages. This could also be separation of assets for anybody who is going through a divorce. That could be with your King of Pentacles. If you're exiting a relationship, a long-term relationship, it seems like your person is not feeling great about it. But again, I get why you might want to do that, because there's no effort there. Like, they're not doing anything. It just feels like one crisis after another, and it's like almost sort of like being blind to reading into the emotional cues of maybe what you need. And I mean, you're responsible to ask for what you need, but it's like this person doesn't pick up on the subtleties, or if they do, they're playing dumb. They're pretending that they don't know. I don't know what's going on here, guys. It's complicated. It's complicated. So you're thinking you may have to put up better walls or boundaries. You're thinking maybe you need to divide assets or tend to your own garden first. And that in itself is a metaphor. You need to worry about you, right? You can't be self-sacrificial here, because it doesn't feel like you're getting a lot back, especially emotionally. There's something kind of cold and withdrawn about this right now. So how are you feeling about this person? How are you feeling? You feel betrayed. You feel like they broke your heart. You feel like you don't know if you can trust them. You're still looking back on past grudges and resentments, though, or something of the sort. Moon in Aquarius, it's like the feelings are sometimes not always expressed, or the natural state is to sort of resume this maybe less. Hold on. I'm not explaining it well. It's a Saturn card, right? So it's like loving with boundaries, right? When we have Moon in Aquarius, Moon is like our wants and our needs and our desires and what makes us feel safe and comfortable. And when you put it with this card, it's like, to feel safe and comfortable, I need to have my independence and my autonomy. I need some distance. But with that, it's like, I don't want to close the door on this completely. Like, I still want to leave a foot in the door in case it reopens. But I don't know. There doesn't seem like all your cards are very cool and kind of dark, right? So it seems like I don't know, something about this might be phasing out, and maybe you're just sort of coming to terms with the fact that, someone that you had invested time in, I don't know, it feels like there's a withdrawn energy here, and but not totally wanting to accept the truth of it, or wondering, almost like a last ditch effort for communication with this sword they're holding. It's like you have the Two of Swords on your back here, right? So it's like the ability to like put your guard down and maybe reach out and communicate. But then I think you're wondering, would it make a difference, or should I just save my breath? So what will Scorpio do? What is their potential action or goal or game plan here? This is complicated. Oof, this is a heavy one, Scorpio. Potential action or game plan. Will Scorpio move towards this person? I mean, I can already tell. Ace of Wands. All right, interesting. You know what? I take that back. I was going to say, I think the universe is going to guide you towards something new. That might be what this is, but I sense that there's like this last-ditch effort to communicate and see if you can ignite the fire again. The Ace of Wands, it's similar to what we're seeing in the depiction of this card. It is the spark. It is the flame. It is the match. So the thing is, for some reason, I'm getting from the Scorpio, you were always willing to try and stoke the fire and make things better and add light, but it seems like you're being eclipsed out. It's like, no matter what you do, it's never enough for this person. Or if it's not that, if it's not that they're not appreciative, they're just in a very stuck state of not knowing what they want, or not feeling like they're in a good place. Maybe they went through, maybe they're grieving the loss of a parent, or and I'm not predicting that per se, but maybe they've gone through the loss of a job or finances, or like it's a slippery slope. I just keep hearing that with the Eight of Swords. There's a lot that they're having to navigate around right now, and so putting a lot of pressure on them to be something in this relationship, it's not working. Not necessarily because they don't want it to. It's more complicated than that, and I think you know that. I think there's a heavy-heartedness to you withdrawing. I think you want to communicate, but you end up stopping yourself because you're not sure if it would be welcomed or appropriate. But I also think you would make space for this person to come back into your life again if they did reach out to you. That being said, you're the one who has the communication card here, Scorpio. So, I mean, maybe you're dealing with another Scorpio again, it's possible, but you're the one that has this Ace of Wands, this fire, this communication. You might be dealing with a Pisces as well. But for some of you, you may choose to invest in something new or put your passions into a source where it feels better appreciated. And again, you're getting some communication back and forth. Maybe you're going back on an app, or maybe you're out dating and meeting people and socializing. I think you're tending to your own needs and your own passions. If you want to communicate with this person, you certainly can, but it's treacherous. It's a slippery slope. All right, Scorpio, thanks. All right, Sagittarius, what's up? What's up? Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Who's coming in? Who's coming in for Sagittarius? Who's coming in romantically for Sagittarius? Who's coming in for Sagittarius looking for love? Who's coming in? Who's coming in next? The Eight of Wands, they're coming in fast. Gypsy lifestyle, someone who loves to travel, someone who's a bit of a free spirit, a hippie, a nonconformist. Yeah, I keep hearing like gypsy lifestyle. There's something kind of untraditional about this person, someone kind of unpredictable. They may actually have strong Sagittarius or Aquarius in their chart. But yeah, Cupid's love arrows. This may have actually been a person that you messaged a while ago or something. I almost get you messaged them first. And I'm only getting that because of the Archer's arrows. They're pointed the other way. There's something interesting about that. The Six of Cups. Okay, so it might be someone who's very nostalgic, someone who's very sentimental. Again, something about nomad, adventurous travel lifestyle, spending a lot of time in or around water, bodies of water. They might live on the lake, or have a view of the ocean, or something about their soul is in the ocean. It could be a Pisces, a Cancer, a Scorpio. But I think you view them as very beautiful. And something about the reflection, I'm not sure what that is. They have like a soul that is very childlike, and I don't mean that in a negative way. There's something about they're very free. They sort of view this sounds like you, Sagittarius. This might go in reverse. You might get a cross-watcher reading here. I can just feel it. It's almost like they view the world as their oyster. There's something about the world is full of possibility. Anything is possible. There's like a childlike lens, but it's very optimistic. It's very hopeful. It's very healing. It's very positive. This person may work as a healer. This person may be healing something themselves in their life. The healing powers of water. There could be some sort of emotional connection that you guys had, or some sort of emotional outpouring of feelings being revealed here. Six of Cups says they definitely have the past on their mind anyway, so I'm assuming that this might be a past connection. If not, it could be like a past life connection too, right? So what are they feeling? Eight of Pentacles, I love that. Like, look how cozy that is. It's like this Eight of Pentacles is identifying with the work we do, and I think this person is starting to realize that they want to put more work and time and effort into this relationship in order to grow it. Let's see. Something about baking or going to some sort of bakery or cupcakes or a sweet tooth. Again, I don't know if that's a passion they have for cooking, or a first date you guys go on. It's like you split a piece of cake, or I don't know, something about desserts and sweets. Venus and Taurus, I love that. Venus can be very much like, the sugar high, and, eating things that just taste delicious. So, all right. So what, if anything, is this person going to make any sort of action towards Sagittarius? What is their plans, their goal, their game plan, their plan of action towards this connection with Sagittarius? What's the plans? Justice. Yeah, I mean, if you're in it, I think they're in it. It's funny, quite literally for this, some of you, marriage counseling is coming through. For some of you, if you're already with a person, and I don't know why I'm getting this, but it may have gone through a difficult patch. I don't know if you guys had to take time apart, or it just sort of reached a point where, I don't even know if you broke up. I think this person may have been called elsewhere. Like they had to go take care of their parents, or they had to relocate for a job, or something about that. It's almost like finding a middle ground, or meeting in the middle, finding some sort of kind of mutual desire on how to mend it or fix it. Yeah, like this person might be at a distance from you, or if you were already kind of sort of dating, it feels like something came in between, and there's like an absence makes the heart grow fonder, like a lot of reflecting on the time that you guys spent together. But I almost get with this, there was like a bittersweet goodbye. And for some of you, it's like you chose to not be in contact because it may have been too emotional. But then at the end of the day, it's like you guys are both thinking about it. And to be honest, some of you maybe making plans to go visit them if they are at a distance. Their plans are to remain in contract or to initiate some sort of contract. For some of you, there could be again, with this kind of nomad gypsy kind of winging it, like spontaneity of life, this person may end up like wanting to be in a marriage with you, and it's done just very like off the cuff, very quickly, like not inviting the family or planning an official wedding. Just kind of like, I don't know why that would be, because it doesn't totally go along with like what I'm getting off the card, but I don't know, this almost looks like someone who's, I don't know, helping you to exchange vows, or if it's not that, again, it's like counseling, desiring more growth from this relationship to, again, I'm hearing like mediation or mentorship or to meet in the middle. For some of you, it could even be like a travel agent of booking plans to see each other. This is all over the place, Sagittarius. I don't know. All right. So how are you feeling, Sagittarius? How are you showing up in this connection or this relationship? I think you're excited about it, though. And keep in mind, this could be new. This could be new. It's possible this person might be out of a recent connection, and so they're doing a lot of soul searching on their own. And maybe you guys meet at an unusual time where they weren't planning on falling in love, or they weren't looking for their next relationship, but it may just kind of happen, boom, 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 like right in a row, where they end up committed very quickly, even though they're kind of fresh out of a relationship. That could be it too, Sagittarius. And that could be you, sometimes it goes in reverse. So you're showing up as Page of Cups. I'm just thinking like, oh my God, this is awesome. Again, sort of like this very kind of like childlike wonderment of just like, this is so cool, this is awesome. You guys may experience something together that is very awe-inspiring or breathtaking. I don't know, it's almost like seeing something in the sky. Like metaphorically, it's like you guys see a shooting star, or I don't know, I'm seeing two people looking up at the sky at night and seeing like something incredible, something phenomenal. Or maybe if you're traveling, it's like, whatever, you're seeing, I don't know, the Grand Canyon or the sequoias or something that it's like, wow, like Earth is amazing. Like there's just some sort of experience you guys have together. Maybe it's on a date or something that already happened where it's like in that moment you just feel so alive. There's like a connection where you're very much aware of like, it feels very spiritual. It feels like it's not just you and this person. It's like you realize sort of like the scope and the depth of your stories and your experience, and like very like fate and destiny. It's like, this is so cool. Yeah, again, somebody who spends a lot of time in or around water. I don't know if they have like a boating license or they live on the water. Something about the water is very important. Again, possibly a Pisces. There's like a mermaid vibe here. So then let's see. What are you thinking? 8 of Cups. I think if you're not physically with this person, you're like, I gotta go see them. I can't stand it any longer. It's like trying to make a long distance relationship work. You're like, F this. Like, I gotta go see them. I think you're packing up. I think you're packing a suitcase. Yeah. 8 of Cups can indicate Saturn energy, though. And I mean, ultimately, there's a challenge or a struggle here, but I don't think it's a lack of desire. I think there's life challenges and obstacles coming in on this. I think you worry about your person a little bit, too. Like, you want to check up on them, or if you're not with them, I don't know, if you did go through a bit of a separation or a break or a pause, it's like you still check up on them with like social media, or maybe you send them a text on occasion, like wishing them well or asking how their new job is. Yeah, for a lot of you, someone had to move because of a job. All right, so then what are you feeling? 3 of Swords. So like destroyed not to be around them. I think this is something like it means so much to you. I think your desire is to heal this or fix it or bring it back together. This makes me think of kintsugi. I think was that in your reading? That came up in another reading, I think last week or a couple weeks ago. Like, it's like, I think it's like a Japanese art form, or like if something breaks, like, a piece of art, pottery or whatever, or not pottery, but anyway, it like smashes, right? And it goes into 1,000 pieces. It's like you glue it back together and the imperfections make it like this new piece. It's like there's new life, breathed into it essentially when you recreate something that was broken, or recreate something out of what was broken. That's sort of what this feels like. So again, the idea of recreation or breathing new life into it or accepting it in a new form. It might not be what it used to be, but it doesn't mean it's bad or worse. It might actually be better, but maybe it's something about this relationship is in the process of going through hardship or struggle. But I think for a lot of you, it's going to make you stronger on the other end. I really do think that. And that would totally make sense with like the marriage counselor thing. All right, final action or plan of action that Sagittarius has towards their person. What are they planning to do? Page of Pentacles. All right. And then 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups is like the emotional assessment, and like the Page of Pentacles. So there's an entirely new message here too of contemplating family and children, starting a life elsewhere, or starting a life or growing a family. Again, upping and moving, needing to move into a smaller space, but then worrying about adding members to the family. That's for some of you. I don't know what this is. 7 of Cups. Okay, so I think there is like this naive wonderment, and I do like that quality. It's like the world is beautiful, but then you're starting to realize that because it's not all sunshine and rainbows, we can't always lean into like the almost like toxic positivity of like, but we actually have to address what the issues is here. And I think you both know that. And I think the 7 of Cups sometimes comes through as like the illusion of what is, like what we're feeling versus what we want to feel or what we want to experience, what we want to believe in. I think that's really important for Sagittarius too. With Page of Pentacles, there's a really good foundation or a really good start here, but we have to nurture and grow it with more loyalty and dedication, more attention, more responsibility with the Saturn stuff coming through. Like if we're serious about this, we have to commit to it and like let's do it well. Let's not do it half-assed. Let's not do it shitty. Let's actually like get this thing going and like let's make it beautiful. That's sort of what I get from that, Sagittarius. It's not really a strong communication card, but these people look very happy, so I would say they are vibing. They are communicating in some capacity. There might be more of a revelation or a revealing of feelings here too, and something about a child may play an important role in this. There might be shared stories about one's past, about one's dog, about one's treehouse, about one's neighborhood, about something that transpired during childhood that opens you guys up to experience new truths about each other. All right, Sag, thanks. All right, Capricorn, what's up? Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. Who's coming in for Capricorn? Let's give this deck one good shuffle. For Capricorn. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Who's coming in romantically? Though, of course, you can choose to view it as something else, friendships, partnerships, whatever. Who's coming in next for Capricorn? Who's coming in for Capricorn? All right, the Magician, someone who's been manifesting you or manifesting a love in their life, someone who's been really focused on self-love first and foremost, but with that attracting a partner who is in alignment with their goals, with their future, with their desires, with what they want to evolve into in this lifetime. It feels very spiritual. It might be a Gemini, it might be a Virgo, it doesn't have to be any of those signs. What is this person thinking? 4 of Pentacles. Honestly, they're putting their own needs first in a good way. I don't get miser energy. I feel like this is someone who has worked very hard to establish peace and stability and a solid foundation in their life, possibly a lot of time and energy sorting through their finances, and like this is a person, like this is your love language, Capricorn. This is a person who definitely has like a 5-year plan, if not like a 10-20-year plan. I think they're good with money. I think they're savvy with money, or if not, they're getting plans together to be that way. They're focused on money in a good way, but I don't get workaholic. I think this person is they have a lot of earthy energy. They live in a reality despite having strong spiritual ties. They're very practical. They're very hardworking, but their peace of mind, especially in Taurus season, this is such a good Taurus message, is first and foremost. So they're not going to engage with people who disturb their peace, disrupt their life, bring chaos and drama. They have no time for it. There's just something very matter of fact and practical. I'm getting it very strongly. Your person might wear glasses. All right. How is this person feeling? How is this person feeling? Yeah, I love it. They're feeling like a boss. They're feeling like an emperor. They're feeling awesome. They might be at some sort of peak or height in their career right now. And because maybe they've achieved things on a personal success, on a personal level, or again, career-wise, maybe now it's like, okay, I'm ready to like make time for love and relationships now, or I put so much focus on that, I'm starting to realize that other areas of my life may feel like they're lacking meaning. And for them, it's definitely connection. It's relationships. It's love, that sort of thing. It's possible that at one point, especially you may have strong Aries in your chart. It's possible at one point in time they did have love in their heart for an Aries. That may be factoring into something in this connection. They might be severing off or splitting off from an Aries, but it doesn't have to be, right? I mean, the reading is who's coming in towards you, Capricorn. So, for some of you, if you're not choosing to view this through the lens of relationships, this could be someone coming in that's going to really impact your career. What is their action? Ooh, the Five of Cups. Interesting. So, okay, for one or two of you, I noticed this with the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles can sometimes indicate a holding on to. And so if this isn't brand new, someone might be trying to manifest you back, but it's almost like they had to take a break or a timeout, or you guys had to sever or separate so this person could get their life in order, so they could sort some things out. And I actually think they're coming in with a very strong energy. Emotionally, they want to make big offers to you. It is a person who values their independence. It's a person who does want healthy boundaries in their love life, someone who wants to maintain a sense of, I have my life and you have your life, but that doesn't mean we can't combine and do amazing things together. But yeah, there's a very strong independent energy with Aries. So that's what I mean. They're not willing to self-sacrifice or sacrifice themselves, their lives, their vision in order to meet someone in a relationship. It's like, I don't know, this person is really trying hard to manifest or meet someone who is at a similar place in life. I hope I'm explaining that well. If their plan and action is the Five of Cups, that's not a great action card, but that does indicate to me that they are in the process of healing something that they feel like they lost, or they have grief over something. And with the Four of Pentacles, the holding on, it's possible that this is an ex or someone that is kind of around your energy and they're feeling like maybe they screwed it up or they need to fix something with you. And not always lost with the Five of Cups. The Two of Cups remain, so something can be salvaged here. Something can be, turning a negative into a positive, or being able to see the glass as half full. For some of you, it felt like distance came between you. Whenever I see this card, all I can think of is San Francisco. I don't know why. So that might be of particular significance to a few of you. Again, that's not going to be for everybody. That could even be a significant city, a significant name, a significant time stamp or time marker of when you met this person. It doesn't have to be your ex, but if it's not, I'm wondering why their action towards you or their plan is the Five of Cups. If you have no idea who this is, if you don't want an ex back, it might be saying they might not be coming in this week. It's possible that they're still, again, doing something on their healing journey, in which case their next step when they're ready to is to, find that connection, put themselves out there to be in a relationship. So again, if you have no idea who this is, maybe that Five of Cups says they're not quite here yet, but it's on the horizon, it's coming in. Others of you, this could be someone who it's like, I have to say, you don't get this story a lot, but their energy here is like, I want to be a better person for you in some capacity. But I mean, in that they can't do it just for you, Capricorn. They have to do it for themselves. But that's what I like with the Emperor. They did. And so they feel like they're in a more advantageous spot to maybe win you back. All right, so how is Capricorn showing up in regards to this relationship or this person? Eight of Wands. So you're either very excited to move forward with it, or you're like, get the hell out of Dodge. Let's see. So what is the Eight of Wands headed towards here? All right, movement, travel. So you yourself might be away traveling or making plans to travel. Maybe you're making plans to go visit and see this person. Or if the Eight of Wands represents messages, though you do have two very strong cards of vehicles and travel, airplane travel, flights, whatever. It could just indicate a lot of messages moving back. Maybe it has to do with a Cancerian. Maybe you're already messaging with someone who has strong Cancer in their chart. I'm not sure if that's this person. I mean, maybe this person is trying to manifest you back and you already have a new person. There's a lot of stuff going on here. So what are you thinking? Tower. Interesting. So tower moment in what you're thinking can sometimes be just in a state of crisis or anxiety, or just putting out a lot of fires, feeling kind of stressed out. I don't know if it's in regards to this person, but if it is an ex, you might be really focused on the bad times and everything that went wrong. So I will say, You might want to hear this person out if it is an ex, if they are returning to you. I do think they've become a better person, whatever that means to you, Capricorn. You might want to hear them out, but I mean, obviously it's up to you. It's your decision, but you might kind of be thinking like, no, there was a falling out for a reason. And, with the Tower, sometimes it's like, it liberated me from something that I wasn't meant to do anymore. So some of you may feel like you've outgrown this, in which case these cards could represent, oh, I've moved on already. It could be something like that. Let's see. So how are you feeling specifically about this connection? It's possible that Capricorn may have something else going on now, but the person coming in, this person who's currently in the Five of Cups, how is Capricorn feeling about them? If they know them, or how will they feel about them? The Fool, interesting. So a breath of fresh air, an unexpected delight, an unexpected surprise. Some of you may be feeling like you want to take a leap of faith. This is a very interesting energy. It's almost like you're taking a leap of faith into the Tower, though. So it's maybe that's a metaphor of like being thrown back into the fire of, for one or two of you, glass half full reading, it could be a lot of passion. I'm not sure that's the case for all of you. Others of you, again, there might be someone else occupying your time, in which case, like, you're basking in the new, the throes of love, and you're madly in love with your person. And when your ex comes back, you're kind of just like, psh, you lost your chance. Like, there could be something very dismissive about that because you're so happy about something else. A couple different ways that could go. Very strong card of Aquarius for me as a reader. Though, I don't know. I know a lot of readers associate the Fool with Aries because it's literally the first card in tarot. It is falling under the Emperor. So again, there is double confirmation for my Capricorns out there dealing with an Aries. They are showing up here. So for my Aries cross watchers, yeah, it's possible. It's possible your Capricorn will give you a chance again. Let's see. Something about the dog is very significant here too, like something about the howling but it's excited. It's like when you get home at the end of the day and like you're on the other side of the door and your dog can hear like the keys jingling in the lock, and they have that like really excited, like, running to find a toy so they can show it to you. I don't know if obviously a lot of you probably have dogs out there. If not, it's like symbolic. There's something about this person is like very excited to try and be back in your life, and like that like metaphorically, the idea of like, oh, I got to get a toy and I got to bring it to my owner and show them. It's almost like they want to show you how much work they've done on themselves. They want to impress you. They want to know that they're coming in with an actual offer this time. So how will Capricorn react? Again, specifically to the Five of Cups person. What will their action or plan of action, their course of action be? I don't know, guys. You have a lot of resistance on your end if you already have someone in your life. If that's the case, I don't think you're going to pay any mind. Maybe this is just coming up because it's alerting you like, hey, you're probably going to hear from your ex. I could kind of see that. And, to their credit, I do think this person is coming through with more empowerment and more self-love. And again, they're not wanting to really rock the boat and shake the stability of what they've built for themselves, but it's like the last missing piece to the puzzle, I think, for them is you. I'm not sure you feel the same way. I don't know. I don't typically read the death card as endings. I like to view it through the lens of transformation because ultimately that's what Scorpio represents. It's a transformative sign. So unless your plan is to take what used to be and completely breathe new life into it, take some sort of leap of faith, get the passion back, move in with them, travel towards them, maybe the death card represents transformation, or maybe some of you, it's like you're already with a Scorpio or you're already with a Cancer, in which case you may sort of be, I don't think you're going to be rude to them, but you might give them a very much like, I don't know. Either you won't respond to the message or you'll just be like, hey, good luck with everything. But it'll be kind of short and sweet with that sort of Aquarian energy coming through. It just, there's something here isn't jiving. At least this week. All right, thanks, Capricorn. All right, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Let's see who is coming in for you. In the romance department, next love of your life, the next dating scenario. Who's coming in for Aquarius in a romantic way? Ooh, 10 of Cups, Ace of Swords, 5 of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. All right, so let's see. 10 of Cups is the happily ever after. It's the fairy tale ending. There definitely seems to be like a family dynamic here. Ace of Swords, conversations, planning for the future. There could be some sort of I don't know. I'm sort of getting like an argument or a fight that's already happening with your person or the person you're currently with, in which case Five of Pentacles is feeling left out in the cold, going through some sort of hardship. A lot of times it's a financial hardship. Occasionally it can have to do with our health and our body. So I'm not necessarily saying that's you or your person. I'm just putting it out there. Like if that's your story, you'll know. So here's another message too. I mean, I'm really trying to read for who or what's coming in. So I have to be honest. I'm trying to cater these a little bit more to like the single and looking, at least this week. I'm not saying I will every time, but to me, it's like you already may be with your happily ever after person, and it's possible someone comes in from the cold or comes into your network or your orbit who at one point in time you went through a difficult situation. So I'm going to say it, for some of you, this actually isn't romantic. It's a friend that maybe you had a falling out with, and they reach out to communicate, and like, you seem here, it's like you seem to be in a good place. I kind of want to move forward with this, but per usual, Aquarius, like the cards came out and it doesn't fit the format of what I've been doing. So, but that's okay. You guys, you have to be different. That's your thing, right? You don't do the squeeze me in a box by the template type thing, but it makes it a little bit harder to read for the consistency. But see how they're coming out for you like that. So all right, whatever. We're gonna mix it up for Aquarius. Four of Pentacles. Someone is still holding on to you. They want a reunion with you. You light their fire. They think you're sexy. They think you're awesome. They think you're very charismatic and fun. And they feel like they're out in the cold. They feel like they don't feel or sense the warmth from you anymore. And they definitely miss the sex. They think about you physically. They think about you a lot in sexual ways still. So this I feel like is a person who, even if you're not with someone else, Aquarius, I almost feel like this is from your person's perspective, whoever is probably coming back in, they still view you as their 10 of Cups. It's like they think you're the one that got away. It's possible this might be someone that you did have children with, or at one point in time you talked about, even if it was like, kind of silly, just, third date, second date, like, yeah, in the future when we have babies and blah, 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 blah. Like there may have been like, sort of like the fantasy, the idea of what could be someday, but not necessarily meaning it realistically. Do you understand what I mean? It's, the fantasy, the idea, like someday we'll go to Disneyland, someday we'll do this and blah, blah, blah. That actually may have been a true statement for them. You just didn't know it, is that they did kind of view you as the happily ever after, the fairy tale ending, the person they wanted to have a family with. Or if they don't want to have kids, just the idea of like, yeah, you were the one. Something happened here. There was a breakup. There was bad feelings. There was a miscommunication. I'm not sure how long you were with this person. I'm not even sure you officially broke it off, but it does seem like there's a period of someone being out in the cold, probably silence, probably a little bit of we both need our space right now. Aquarius, I have been getting this message for you for no joke the last 2 months. It's like something goes wrong with your person and then you come back together for the happily ever after. I mean, I'm going to keep pulling cards. We'll see where this goes, but it's the same message. Like for real, guys, I keep getting the exact same message for you, which, I don't mind doing as the reader, but I don't want to alienate or isolate people watching with the same message if it's not there. So next time I'll have to set the intention to reach some new Aquarians next time, because here's the thing, it keeps coming up. So it's like you both are thinking about it, but you're not doing it. Four of Pentacles, Three of Cups, King of Wands to the Strength card. So like this person who's holding on to you, I have a feeling they don't know if it's safe to communicate because they probably fear being rejected. I think this person watches you on social media. I think they see you having a good time. They see you with your girl gang, with your sisters, with your friends, whoever. It can be guys too, but it's just, they see you celebrating life and like they think you've forgotten all about them and like they can't get their mind off of you. I just keep hearing like they miss your warmth and they miss feeling appreciated by you. They miss feeling loved. They miss your attention. This may involve a Leo as well, too, with the Strength card. And again, there was at one point in time a very strong, passionate connection here. Though I will say for some of you, there was also an issue in the bedroom. And I'm not exactly sure what that is, but again, if that's your message, you'll know it. There may have been intimacy issues or fear of being intimate or sex or being vulnerable. This person did struggle with that a little bit. You might be dealing with a Capricorn as well, maybe even a Gemini. So where is Aquarius in this situation? Where's Aquarius in this situation? The moon reversed. All right, so the moon upright can indicate like fantasy, illusions. It can indicate secrets, not knowing where we're going. I don't know. It is a card of Pisces. It's a card of, I don't know, there's something kind of unusual about this moon card. It's kind of ominous, but it did come out in the reverse. Sort of. I mean, my deck was in reverse. So we'll take that into consideration. Why is the moon coming through here for Aquarius? Give me more. I think sometimes this speaks to me about like the masks need to fall off because you both are putting up a front. You both might be a little bit apprehensive to actually express how you're really feeling. Yeah, the High Priestess is like, there's a lot being felt and experienced internally, but it's not being externalized. It's not being expressed. There's a secret. There's a secret keeper. And I think for both of you, it has to do with holding on to how you feel about this person and not expressing it. But I mean, if the feeling is mutual, I'm kind of like, well, what's the point in that? Like, don't we all want the happily ever after? Like, aren't we all shipping you watching this reading, Aquarius? Like, we want you to be with the person you love, but maybe you've decided that they're not. I don't know. Maybe you saw their dark side, or you saw something in them that gave you a lot of anxiety or a lot of fear. And so maybe I don't know, if that's the case, maybe you're trying to like close the book or close the chapter on it. There could also be the illumination that maybe there's someone else. You have 3 very strong cards of Cancerian energy. So the zodiac sign of Cancer, maybe Pisces, maybe Scorpio, but all these feel very mystical, very psychic, very deep felt, very intuitive. So unless you're dealing with that sign, you might not be bouncing the ball back or returning a message if it does come to you. And I think it will eventually, but also, I think this person might be watching, so this person might be aware that if you do have another person, they're seeing that, and that's making them hurt even more. They might be fearing that they missed their chance with you, but it is coming up in your reading, so I have trouble believing that you have no idea who this is. I don't know, if you're being represented here with this card, you seem kind of content where you're at. You don't seem to be looking for trouble. I think that's what it is. Yeah, it's like you'd rather wait for the right connection than rush back into something with an ex, or you might be waiting to see how something pans out in a new connection before you sort of, again, consider going back to something that really didn't work out. I do think there's a water sign here that has a curious nature, someone who's flirtatious with you or holds space for you or holds a place in their heart for you. But yeah, like, I don't know, whatever is coming through, it's not super clear yet with the moon. There's a lot of mystery and there's a lot of intrigue, but like what's being said isn't necessarily an authentic telling of how people are feeling because people are guarded. They don't want to get hurt again. So anyway, tune in next week. Maybe it'll be an unfolding soap opera. I think I said that to Scorpio or something. All right. Thanks, Aquarius. All right, Pisces. Pisces, last but not least. Let's do it. Who or what is coming in for Pisces? Romantically, Pisces looking for love, Pisces sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs. What can they expect in the coming few weeks? Who's coming in? Anything they have to look forward to in love for Pisces? Who's coming in? Ooh, the Nine of Swords. Someone who has a lot of anxiety. A lot of anxiety. Poor thing. All right. They're probably up at night thinking about you, worried about you. So I have a feeling this isn't new. It might be a Scorpio. Look at that big old bat in the window. Possibly an air sign, a Gemini, especially a Gemini. Libra or Aquarius. Why is this person anxious? What's going on with that? Because they have feelings and they're emotionally constipated. They don't know how to express it to you. They might feel like they owe you an apology, but I'm sensing that they feel like all is lost and you've already moved on without them. It's a very sensitive soul, you know, they might be an artist of some kind and yeah, but they're very stuck in their head about you. So what are they thinking? What are they thinking about Pisces right now? They think you're the bee's knees. That message keeps coming out. They see you as above the rest. They might see you as the one who got away, or they're fearing that you're moving on without them. They may quite literally have self-worth issues where they think that you're better than they are. And so maybe it could have been one of those situations where it's like they broke up with you before you could break up with them, but that's not actually what they wanted. This person has a lot of inner child healing to do, a lot of traumatic events that happened in their childhood that they're still healing from. They're still learning and trying to, you know, work those muscles to get them to be stronger. But I don't mean this in a pity way, but I do kind of feel bad for your person because they're struggling with some inner demons that you don't necessarily realize. You may have taken their sort of, I don't know, what was coldness or withdrawal as a sign that they weren't into you. And I think that's anything but true. I think this person struggles to be emotionally available in some capacity. So what is this person feeling in regards to Pisces? I mean, they're coming in, so yeah, look at that Knight of Cups. Well, they're going to find a way, and good for them, because this is not something that is easy for them, but the fact that emotionally they're showing up with Knight of Cups, I think they're planning to make you an offer, or at minimum express some sort of emotional truth to you. This could be a peace offering. They might be checking in to see where you're at, but I actually think it's more than just like, hey, you up? It feels like there's a little bit like, hey, thinking about you. What's up? How's it going? How you doing? Like it feels like they're trying to be a little bit more warm and open with you. So what are their plans or their goals or their actions towards Pisces? The Eight of Wands. They are planning this communication. For some of you, it could be quite lengthy. It could be a very long text. They could send you a letter in the mail. They might write you a multiple paragraph email. Even if they don't, though, even if it's short and sweet, know that they have thought about the wording of this email or this text for ages. Like, it's not just this like, oh my God, off the cuff, thinking of you, no big deal. It's like, no. They've rewritten this in like the notes section of their phone like 15 times. Like there's a lot of thought being put into this communication with you. I think quite literally to the image, the depiction here is like they want to sort something out with you. They want to talk about it, whatever it is. So where are you at, Pisces, with this? Where are you at with this? How are you showing up in regards to this person? The Three of Swords. Oof, there's like a heaviness to... I said something similar, I think, to, I don't know, Aquarius? I don't know. It's like, do I really want to open that door again to the past? Because with the Three of Swords, it says this person let you down or disappointed you, or it just took you a long time to heal from it, even if this person didn't have bad intentions or intentionally hurt you. There was some damage going on here, and it's possible you guys triggered wounds in each other. So what are you thinking then, Pisces, if this person comes in or reaches out? The Emperor. I think you're trying to remember to lean into your confidence and your self-worth because you do bring a lot to the table, and maybe this person made you feel like you weren't enough, that made you question it. I think you also have a tremendous support system in friends and family right now. And I honestly think if you share the fact that you are trying to let this person back into your life or that they message you, instantly your pack, your tribe, your gang, your friends are going to be like, no, don't even, like, do not respond to him. It's like, now that's up to you. I'm not saying you have to do that, but there seems to be communication from your people that do have your best intention in mind. I think they care a lot about you. I think they know that this person, it hurt you, right? You had to go through some healing because of the situation or this relationship. I think immediately people are going to come to your defense, but also remind you of like all the stuff that happened. Like, are you sure you want to do that? Like, I don't even know why, but it's even coming through as your kid, your child. So this could be an ex, maybe your quote unquote childs are, 19, 20 years old. So they can make a more informed, not decision, a more informed conversation with you about like, wow, that dating prospect really put you through the ringer. So you're sure you want to revisit that and open that door. You might also be thinking about an Aries. This is the Emperor card in this deck. So maybe you're already moving on and thinking about someone else. Or maybe this is an Aries, who knows? So how are you feeling emotionally in regards to this person coming through? How are you feeling? I mean, I kind of like their cards in terms of trying to be there for you, or trying to be better, trying to be more, open and emotional. How are you feeling about Ace of Cups? So you still got love for them. Or you're focused on something brand new. But I don't know, the Ace of Cups coming up in the feeling sector, I think most Pisces, can typically fall under the learn to forgive and forget, right? It's not about, again, abandoning yourself or losing yourself in the process, or, that kind of like losing yourself in love. But I do think you still have feelings for this person. So I think you're compassionate towards them. I think you're willing to hear them out, but I think you also maybe learn the hard way that you have to be self-protective sometimes, and maybe have some type of new discussion with this person in terms of like your wants and needs, and see if those align. So your potential actions towards them, your game plan, Nine of Cups. I mean, potentially you see this person as your wish fulfillment. That's really what the Nine of Cups is. It is a Pisces card too, though. So I do think you seem to be more in control this time around. You're less willing to give up your power in this situation, which is good, right? You should never have to do that. But yeah, I felt like you may have felt like you got strung along, or you got entangled in something where it seemed like there was a promise of something good, and then you kind of got the carpet pulled up from under you. So I think you're approaching this cautiously and trying to keep 2 feet on the ground. All right, Pisces, that's what I got for you. Thanks for joining me today, guys. Please remember to like the video, share, subscribe to the channel. If you want more content from me, I'm on Instagram and Facebook. I will see you guys soon for more tarot. Bye.